Hey, we're back. Yay. Are we like... Pew, 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 pew. What is this? Are we doing the alpha nod like, hey, we're making a bunch of points.
Help, 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 help. I got to the point.
I think it's time. I need to change my companion, my little buddy.
Your little buddy. I've been running the carbuncle.
It's not that. Where's it's
Minion guide.
Minion guide, right there. Okay. I don't have many.
I'm gonna use the buffalo calf.
I swear I have that, the buffalo calf. Why isn't it here?
Have you actually learned?
Oh, that's my favorites. No, there it is. Comblin larva, Gombu sproutling, Marble seedling. Yeah, I think I'll buffalo calf. It's cute. I like it. Okay. Where are you?
Harshapon. Just
Harshapon.
He has a Harshapon to quest.
The dumbest thing I've heard in a while. Good, thank you. Thank you.
welcome.
That was excellent. That was very stupid.
Thanks.
Like, oh, wait a minute.
Hey.
Boo, 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 boo. Doop, 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 doop. Doop, doop, doop. And then what? Okay, so we're trying to... All we're doing here is trying to convince Harshapon. Yeah.
We're going through his noble house to get into the diplomatic negotiations with Ishgard.
Yeah. Let's get to the good stuff. Here we go. I think I'll probably have to... Will I have to cut the sound? I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna put this on and like listen for potential sound cutting reasons.
Have faith, my friend.
Yep.
You need only state your case.
Have faith, my friend. You need only state your case with confidence and clarity. Walk in, silently look. Over there. Oh, very fancy. Oh, a very fancy ambassador. Commander Levalua, it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I am Emeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights. Alphanor Levalua, at your service. Your reputation precedes you, Sir Emeric. I think we will find that we have much in common. You have an interesting look about you. Speaking of reputation, yours towers over us all. Does it not? It does indeed, Lord Commander. Her reputation is so grand she gets a name.
Someday I hope to earn a name.
I am not too proud to admit that I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination. Full glad was I to learn you would be joining us. Now then, shall we begin? I would like to continue talking to the main character. We know full well that the Garleans will return in force ere long. Ere long? What is more, we have yet to achieve a lasting victory over the primal menace. The beast tribes continue to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last. Ishgard is not immune to these threats. I must reiterate that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean alliance. Once again, I must respectfully disagree. On what grounds? Despite their presence in Korthos, the Ixal do not concern us. Their territorial claims pertain to Gridanian lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom they harry. Consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations. Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict. We have not the knights to spare. As for the Garleans, we are not ignorant of history. We have observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their campaign in Eorzea. Then surely it would be in your best interests to present a united front. Mayhap one day, but not yet. Gaius von Belsar is dead, and the legion of conscripts he left behind lacks the will to fight. I mean, clearly we just whooped them. We think it highly unlikely that they will emerge from behind the walls of their castra for some time. Forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed, why did you agree to this meeting? Boredom, apparently.
I fell asleep.
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I came here. Pardon? It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence. Great, I received a free company invite. Concerns have been raised over the supplies House of Fortemps has offered to remnants toll. These have led to calls for restrictions of the provision of aid to foreign powers. I can ensure that the shipments continue unabated. Sir Edmund, we would be in your debt. No, you would not, for I require something in exchange. Of late there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear. However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends the resurrection of Midgardsormr.
Midgardsormr.
The fallen guardian of Silver Tear Falls? That's absurd. Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse, still wound around the Agrius, and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know, and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights of Mordona whenever our astrologians say. As I told you before, we have not the forces to spare. But we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake? Do you accept these terms? I do. I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments. I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions. Nevertheless, I hope that we have accomplished here today will serve to demonstrate to your countrymen that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea. Mayhap we shall, Commander. What is the meaning of this? The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked, and I have none but a name to defend it with.
But I have a lot of chainmail.
It was Iceheart, my lord. What? By the Fury, all our precautions were for naught. I'll silently stare. Good. I love silent staring. Just the camera spins around, dramatic cut. I guess I'll take that. Sure.
So Amaric is important later on.
Man, I can turn the sound back. Recent developments have given Alpha much to consider. Just when we were starting to make progress. And to make matters worse, the caravan they spoke of was bound for Revenant's Toll of all places. Honestly, were I so inclined, I should think gods were conspiring against us. Happily, however, I am not. I would know more of this attack. Let us speak with Lord Oishafant and find out what he has learned.
Basically, we're gonna have to go save the caravan.
We always have to go save a caravan.
Always a caravan.
It's always a caravan. Always something. My sincerest apologies for the interruption, my friends. But the situation is such that we must act
Drop
swiftly.
back, yeah.
If you would be so kind as
Kit
to
Kat loves
elaborate.
all the voices.
Iceheart's heretics fell upon the caravan bound for Revenant's Toll as it was passing through both towns. Yes. It was an ambush. I love being ambushed. Swift and ruthless. In an instant, every knight was slain, every crate seized. Then, as quickly as they had appeared, gone. Very Agatha Christie, I suppose. Yes, of course. So, the taciturn temple knight, whose only desire in life was to make a legend so worthy of a name that she gets one. 'Twould be an impossible feat without knowledge of the route. Knowledge to which only a select few are privy, I presume. I kind of remember doing this. I'm glad you love the voices, Kit Kat. I'm happy to provide. Quite. We can pursue that avenue of inquiry in due course. It seems to me that examining the scene of the ambush should be our first concern. Awkward pause. The trail is yet
Just
warm.
insert a fart every time.
I'm gonna do that every time it's over. The trail is yet warm. We must act swiftly. The trail is yet warm. We must act swiftly, as Lord Chiffon said, lest crucial evidence be lost. You have a knack for discerning hidden truths, Weir. Why don't you go and inspect the ambush site in person and figure out who leaked it? An excellent idea. Henceforth, my men of your intent upon arrival. And they will gladly share their findings.
I have a lot of men.
I have many men. Oh yes, so many men. Alright, I spoke with Chiffon.
Taken to the sky.
It's Questware! Flying through the air on Questware!
I like that we had said sky and didn't rhyme with fly. So you said flying instead of like through the air we fly. It was flying through the air.
Well, it's that like light couplet.
Oh, okay.
When you
Is that what
rhyme,
you were
like-
going for?
Yeah, when you take that rhyme and put it like
Sorry for
numbers,
interrupting.
and then you keep doing that, so you're like stringing it along.
Gotcha.
That's what I was going for.
Oh, I'll keep going.
Well, now I've lost it. It's okay though. I didn't really have that much more to give. As pretty as Limsa Lominsa is,
You like Dorothy?
this is where I'd want to live. Just like, it's winter, there's
All
hardly
the
any
time.
allergies.
Courthouse is nice.
House 4 Temps Night. Move along, adventurer, there's nothing for... Ah? Lord.
Oh no.
Oshifan, bid you speak with us? Then you must be, beg your pardon, scion.
Oh no, I'm inside a whale.
Some more words that I accidentally neglected to Reckon they came prepared, probably with wagons of their own, hidden away off. Ah, but pay no heed to my ramblings. Why are you ducking? Absent of proof, 'tis not but speculation. I feel like he's
Is he a Muppet?
He's a Muppet. Like, Like he's like the voice I've given him and his actual dialogue sounds like a Muppet.
Might be as the squire receiving care at the observatorium could tell you something more factual. That is, if he's awake. Unlike myself, he was there during the attack. Not that his presence amounted to much.
Oh, Billy Bones!
Yeah, that's the energy I'm getting. Muppet Treasure Island energy. Oh, Billy Bones.
This stream is about 90% making ourselves laugh and 10% content that might be worth watching.
Well, it's important to laugh at your own jokes when you're streaming. You have to provide your own laugh track.
If you are providing your own laugh track, if you're making yourself laugh, it means that whatever you're doing is funny. Like, stand-up comedians need to be able to laugh at their own jokes. Any comedian does.
I guess it's upstairs.
If you're writing something and you're not able to laugh at it, then it's not funny. So I think that is important if you're being humorous.
Surviving spider.
You came to ask about the attack, haven't you? We came upon them before the entrance of the Hall of the Seven Echoes. Pilgrims, we marked them as lost. Lost and ill-equipped for a journey further north. Our leader called them out. And one step forward to answer.
I called out to them, called them out. You guys suck.
Leader, you all suck. Waka waka. Slowly she approached, her silver hair flowing in the I can't even with the Kermit voice.
Just a young girl. I thought some poor lost lamb in search of salvation. Our leader must have thought the same. Why else would he let her draw so close? They exchanged some words I couldn't hear, and she leaned forward as if to kiss his cheek. Where are you going?
Getting some tissues.
And then he sighed and crumpled to the ground. I didn't know what had happened till I saw the snow turn red. And then there was red everywhere I looked. I tried to fight, but took a blow to the head. And by the time I came to, the others were dead, and the heretics were unloading the wagon.
I couldn't. I mean, they'd have killed me, so I just lay still and listened.
It's not easy being green.
These earth people spoke of deliverance and resurrection, and they spoke of Shiva. I don't know why that Kermit voice just like ended me.
It's just so subtle.
It's really dumb.
Listen up, Squire.
Listen up, Squire.
There you go.
Oh man, I laughed so hard I started to cry. That's how you know you're having a good moment.
We all
That's my
agreed.
favorite feeling in the world is when you're laughing so hard you start crying. That's my favorite feeling in the world.
We all agreed a dragon is not a people.
Okay. Do I need to? Wait. I don't think so. Ah, you've returned. What news have you for us? Just making sure that there's not like. It seems the Lady I saw does not scruple to sully her hands with blood. I think you mean scruple. No, I meant scrapple.
No, I meant scrapple.
Alright, well, we're appealing to a demographic over 70 and under 7.
Yeah.
Who is this Shiva the heretic spoke of?
Have you not read a single line of the Enchiridion? What the heck's that? Master Alphanod?
The Enchiridion?
No, I was throwing in a piggy line.
Oh.
Shiva was a traitor to both the kith and kin and apostate who laid down with dragons.
No. Well, we can't expect all foreigners to know Ishgardian scriptures so well, particularly when it comes to the patron saints of heretics. Wait, you say she is their patron saint? Oh no. It makes sense now. Lord. Hush! What's the caravan's conduct? Oh, if I recall correctly, usually I do, the Diamond Forge has requested a rather large quantity of crystals. Do you not see? I thought her followers intend to summon Shiva as a beast tribe warded primal. Why else would they go to such lengths to secure crystals?
I shall inform the Lord Commander at once. Lord Harshafont. You would agree that discretion is of paramount concern, right, Frog?
Of course.
This is like so all over the place.
Well, you know, you're reading dialogue. After a while, you got to spice it up with Muppets.
Exactly. Sometimes Muppets happen.
I trust we can count on your continued support, Master Alphanod. I just realized who the voice's voice is.
Who's the voice of choice?
It's Tim Curry, but slimy.
Slimy Curry?
Yeah, it's slimy Tim Curry. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to combat the primal threat. Our support is given. I will need to send word to my brethren at Revenant's Toll. Our entire order must turn its efforts to the prevention of this summoning. Which, they're definitely going to summon, aren't they?
Yeah.
Naturally,
And
that
then we have
includes
to
you,
fight Shiva.
though I am sure you would not miss this for the new world. I guess I'll take those. Exactly. Alright, we're back to Alphanod. Woe betide the heretic who crosses Alphanod Levalure? Is it Levalure? It's type of thing.
Levalure.
Levalure. For they shall feel the full force of his fury. The persistent attacks on our caravan seemed little more than a nuisance at first. The heretics were a problem, to be sure, but a relatively minor one. That was before I discerned the purpose behind their attacks, of course. Now they have my undivided attention. After apprising Nymphalia of the situation, I shall summon a unit of Crystal Braves to assist us. As for you, Wira, pray join me at a White Brim front. Since the incident at Snowcloak, the Knights of House Dunedain have redoubled their reconnaissance efforts in the region. It's not Dunedain, it's a Durandare. Durandare. It is my
They're
hope.
not Dunedain Rangers.
Well, yeah, I think that was like
That
my brain
rattled
saw
around.
that, and I was like, oh.
Dunedain.
Yeah.
I know that word.
It is my hope that they have information which may help us to determine precisely where the heretics are hiding. Given our mutual enemy, Lord Drumont should be eager to oblige us. I shall see you there, then. Good luck. Or just good, actually. I added the luck. I felt like good luck was appropriate for some reason. Hello, Questway. I think the reason I like this area the most is because every once in a while you get this effect in here.
The snow.
The snow?
And it like blows your clothes and stuff.
No, because it reminds me of the best skiing.
Yeah.
I love skiing, as you know.
I know that.
And when it's like this, and there's just this blizzard and wind, it's a snow, and it's really grayed out and kind of dark. Oh, that's the best skiing. At least in my opinion. I love that. I think that's the best time to ski. Okay, think we need to...
Oh, I missed the stairs.
Why does this work?
Because quest whale?
Drill amount. Do I have to... Yeah, there's a lot of music going on, so I'm gonna mute that. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn wish to join the hunt
he's
for
grizzled.
Iceheart. Oh yeah, he's super grizzled. Your assistance is more than welcome, my friends. Considering the report I just received, I dare say your timing could be no better. We are all ears, Lord Drillmont.
Oftenot says, like, wasn't, or something like
geez.
that. You have to get ready for that.
A band of pilgrims was seen transporting a large number of crates to the west. Their garb appears to match the description provided by the squire who survived the attack. I'm Batman. Alas, our
Which
scouts
Batman?
lost track of them at Snowcloak. That self-same frozen wall, which we speculated might conceal the heretics' hideaway. Really self-same? Suffice it to say, the disappearance of these pilgrims and their provisions all but confirms our suspicions. I've had enough. My knights will join the hunt. I took the liberty of summoning a unit of Crystal Braves to White Brim Front. Given the gravity of the situation, I trust you will agree that we must use every resource available to us. These are extraordinary circumstances, Commander. 'Twould be in our best interest to coordinate our efforts. As such was my intent from the start, Sir Emmerich. Emmerich? I think it's Emmerich. And so it begins, my friend, though I dare say it will prove an all too brief collaboration. Eyesight will not elude the combined forces of the Crystal Braves and the Temple Knights for long. Nevertheless, a wise man does not wager all upon the success of a single solution. There may yet be subtler means by which we can locate the heretic's lair. Mayhap Lord Drumont has one in mind? And we're
Looking at the Ice Heart folk. This is the cold storage room.
well, no one's talking, so that means
I'll just...
yes, heretic. No, it's yes, it's excellent. His name is like titles, heretic mage. Yes, excellent. My lady, everything has been accounted for. If there is aught else you would have us do, pray speak, and it shall be done.
There's definitely like a Muppet cadence that exists, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely. There is a Muppet cadence. And here, it seems as though we are always one step behind, our quarry ever just beyond our reach, though I would like to believe that the tables are about to turn. I must confess to having certain doubts. A joint effort may succeed where others have failed, but it could yet yield the self-same result. Again, self-same with this?
Self-same?
Self-same! Fortunately, we are not without other options. I trust you haven't forgotten Inquisitor Guillaume?
Guillaume.
Inquisitor G. We have not. The mystery of how the heretic remained undiscovered for so long has been much in our thoughts, as has the question of what steps might be taken to prevent a similar breach of security in future. Accordingly, we conducted an exhaustive and covert evaluation of everyone in White Brim Front. Though some were found to have committed certain minor transgressions, we identified only one possible heretic. This man has pledged himself to Iceheart's cause. He will have taken note of the movements on the Temple Knight and the Crystal Braves, and upon recognizing their intent, he may attempt to warn the heretics. The man's watch is to end soon, at which point he must report to Sir Jean Tremont in the yard. I would have you keep an eye on him. If he ventures beyond the walls, follow him discreetly. Should he meet with a heretic, do not interfere. Simply watch and listen. I have seen to it that the suspect knows nothing which could endanger our plans.
Oh.
All right, here we go. Whee!
Oh, it's a destination. I was looking for a person.
There we are. Doing the Batman voice messed me up.
Really hurt your throat.
Yeah. So,
That's how they're talking. Yeah, I'm sure we can skip it. We're just trying to find some heretics.
there was an awkward pause, so it's over.
We'll subtly follow the suspect.
Well, don't look at me. I'm conspicuous.
No, it's inconspicuous, not I'm conspicuous.
I'm aware.
I'm aware.
The suspected heretic follows the road east.
Oh, well, we better go east to them. We're following you. Hold on, you're going too fast.
Accused. Night. The destination.
Jacques tonight.
Jacques!
Witch and chill.
Is it? Oh, it is a chinchilla.
We could make
I wonder if we can make some rain
rain
sticks.
sticks. Yeah.
You know what that is?
You're cool.
The inclusion of that inexplicable line is one of the best things. I am glad that they edited that out of the final cut. I
Why?
think that was probably a good call.
No.
Alright, do I have my music here?
Hey, hey!
Hey, where in the Seven Hills are you? I'm freezing my bollocks up here. Making sure there's no music. That's why I got these on. Alright, I gotta turn that off. Yeah. I am here, you blundering
They all
wolf.
talk the same way.
Anyone who doesn't
Any
have,
NPC.
like, they're gonna get a Muppet voice. So, why are you late? Waka waka. Standing on the wall. Why else? I have duties to fulfill, you know. Your sole duty is to the bloody echo. Lower your voice, or they'll hear us in White Brim Front. I've heard that so badly. Your sole duty is to the bloody echo. Yes, of course. The Temple Knights are mumble mumble in Snowcloak.
Why did you say mumble mumble? That made it hard to understand.
This is what you bring to me? We already knew about Mumble Mumble. Our comrades in Boulder Downs will use the tunnels, waka waka. Dead before they know what's happening. Nevertheless, waka waka. You waste my time again. Is that clear? We're so dumb. We're so very dumb.
Questwell, flying through the snow. Questwell, how far will you go? Questwell,
Questwell,
Questwell.
Questy well, doing all the quests.
Doing your bestie well. I'm sure that's what they intended with that door up there.
Absolutely. Well, oh no, wrong voice. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
what did
real
you?
enough.
No. Oh, it is. Yeah. Well, did your investigation bear fruit? It's an awkward moment. I had to fill it. I see. I shall have the man detained at once. His guilt is plain. Would that you could have heard the words more clearly, yet the few snatches you were able to make out are nonetheless enlightening. It would seem the heretics are aware of the operation, and confident they can thwart it. Their comrades in Boulder Downs are key to their plans,
Will doesn't know personal space.
which means it is key to our plans that they be rooted out and put to the sword. Getting all this blue equipment, that none of it is better.
But when you level up an alt class, or multiple alt classes,
I can't do more of that.
it's too hard.
It is too hard to do the Batman voice.
Bitman.
Batman. Jason Bittman. What should we do for lunch today?
I don't know. Oh, these mountains are taller than I expected.
A hateful harrier.
At least it's not a hateful Black Hawk. Helicopters, right?
Oh, right. I was like, what are you talking about?
Isn't a Harrier is a Harrier a
Harrier,
jet?
Harrier is a jet.
I'm not good at military vehicles.
I was like, huh?
I thought it was a Harrier helicopter. I was like, what's the big helicopter that carries a lot of stuff? Oh, wait,
Well, there's several of them, but I think the one that you're.
the one with two propellers on each end.
Oh yeah.
That's what I thought a Harrier was.
No. Why am I blanking on the name of that one? It's gonna come to me later.
Okay.
Up and over the mountains on our way up. Oh, it's a fate over there. I was like, what's going on? That's a cool mount.
Westwell? Yeah.
Oh, there was like a shiny, kind of like a griffin thing down there.
Oh.
My knight sent no word of your coming, Wira. What has happened? What is that in your hand? Batman voice.
This is calm Batman.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to turn the sound back on. It's all right. There's a whole lot with Final Fantasy and Square where there's a lot of copyright takedowns on that.
Yeah, so we have to be a little careful.
Streaming Destiny is a lot easier.
In that regard,
Bungie is
for sure.
very pro streamer.
Yeah.
Timetable has not changed, you see, of course. Okay, so they're just like, yeah, there's some shit, we gotta go stop it.
Yeah,
That's pretty much what's going on. Bungie is now suing. They are so I don't know, did you hear about, because I don't think we really talked about it. There were a bunch of copyright takedowns issued on Destiny 2 videos.
On like YouTube or Twitch or something?
On YouTube, yeah. Specifically on YouTube. And Bungie has made it very clear over the years that they're not going to do that to streamers. They're just like, no. You guys... And they've been pretty blunt about it. They're like, you guys are advertising our game, having fun playing it. Like, why on earth would we try to wage some sort of copyright war with you,
Right.
Nintendo?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, over last week, I'm going to pause here for a second to finish this thought. Over last week, there were a whole bunch of copyright takedown notices. And those takedown notices were quickly, very apparently, not from Bungie. They sent out social media notices that they weren't doing this, and indeed Bungie's own channel was hit with copyright takedown notices. They were so pissed that they are publicly lambasting YouTube, and they're, their words, completely broken. That absolutely manipulatable copyright takedown system. And they are on a warpath right now because they're super pissed. And they have brought like a lawsuit, and I think they're targeting because they had to threaten a suit against Google, to my understanding.
Yeah.
I could be wrong in some of the details. They had to threaten a lawsuit against Google because they wanted to get the information of who actually issued these takedown notices, and now they're suing those people. And those people have apparently issued some statements that are like, this was to highlight how terrible this all is. And I'm like,
yeah.
But was it?
Was it?
Oh, yeah. Big old dust up. I don't think it's gonna. I don't have that sort of optimism about it. But it would be really nice if this actually changed something on YouTube, because YouTube's copyright system is so just shotgun approach that they have absolutely no nuance with what's called transformative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
exactly. Like, even if you, like, do something completely different or make your own music, if, like, they're just they just basically have, like, algorithm bots that scan everything and they go, this sounds loosely similar in that it uses the C note. And we're going to have to flag that now.
And all of the power is with the copyright holder, and you don't have any real process within YouTube for saying, yeah, no, literally, I wrote this song, I have the rights to it, and it's my song and my intellectual property. And they're like, yeah, but this one bar sounds sort of similar to something else, doesn't it? You know, like, I mean, in the loosest sense possible, that music sounds similar to music. And they're like, well, yeah, exactly. Plus, the copyright holder said that it's their music. And we believe them. But who are they? Oh, we don't know. We don't know who they are. But they claimed the music first. It's so bad.
Like, shouldn't the burden of proof rest on the one claiming that it's theirs?
Well, within traditional... So, the way that the law that governs this is intended to work is through civil process. But within these platforms, because they are privately owned, and, well, they're their own platforms, they can make their own rules. The way that they apply the law is this broken-ass system.
Right.
I mean, YouTube isn't breaking the law or doing anything illegal. It's just shitty.
Right.
Like, it's just very bad.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people don't necessarily understand, is they're not doing anything wrong, and currently they have no incentive to change.
Right.
Because people are continuing to do this, and they don't care.
And it protects them more.
Yeah. So from a legal standpoint, they're doing the best decisions that they could possibly make.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone else is just,
suffering for
out of luck.
Yeah.
I hope that Bungie's lawsuit, because this is the first time that I can remember, and it might not be the first time, but it's the first time I can remember a major media company
has sued over it.
Is pissed enough where they're harassing YouTube and Google to, like, do something. Because for them, major streamers that are a huge part of their, like, community base had copyright takedowns issued. This isn't just the, like, hey, we detected something, so we're not allowing you to monetize this video.
This is like they are sending a cease and desist letter, effectively.
Yeah, this is the actual copyright takedown, where if you get enough of those, your channel can be
gone.
Like, taken away from you.
Yeah.
Which is even like this is how stupid it is.
Well, and I mean to a certain degree, it's like if this fraudulent company claims, like in this example, let's say there's a streamer playing Destiny, some company goes, "That's our stuff. We want the profit from that stream."
Yeah.
They're fraudulently profiting off of Bungie
They are fraudulently profiting off of Bungie and the individual creator.
in that sort of case.
Because Bungie has released the permissions and rights with some of these things to a certain degree so that streamers can do this stuff. They're not pursuing it.
Oh, you have to talk to someone before I can QS.
I mean, so when these streamers who are significant influencers within video gaming and specifically within Destiny 2, when they have their videos taken down, that's a financial blow to both the streamer and to Bungie, which is soon going to be part of Sony.
Right.
Like, that's significant financial damage to the reputation of these companies
Yeah.
and to the individual whose channel you're harming.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't buy their whole, oh, well, this is to point out, like, how bad it was. Like, no, I don't think it was. You're risking people's channels for this.
Yeah.
Like, you're risking their livelihoods for this.
Mm-hmm.
No, screw you.
Yeah. To make a point,
Like, you could have, if you wanted to make a point, you would have targeted Bungie alone.
exactly.
And then
like
they would have
channel.
been very pissed about it, just as pissed.
You could have just targeted the Bungie's official channel.
But you targeted these streamers, and then only when Bungie, because Bungie was raising a big
Ruckus.
alarm over just the streamers being targeted, then their content got targeted too.
Yeah.
I don't.
If you were
buy it.
making a point, it would have been more effective to target a bunch of official company channels.
Yeah,
If you went
and
like,
only them.
you hit like Bungie, you hit whatever, I don't know, a bunch of different game companies that I can't think of off the top of my head, but
I mean, you could hit Bungie, you could hit Nintendo,
Sony
you could hit
Interactive
the
Entertainment.
Sony Entertainment, you could hit Xbox.
Hell, you could hit Nintendo.
Yeah, I said Nintendo.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
I mean, you could hit all of them. Because claiming that you own content is so easy on YouTube. It's easier to do that in most cases than make content.
Oh, it's generally very easy compared to that. Yeah. It stopped snowing. Oh no, it's still sort of snowing.
It's just gentle through here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a big dust up last week, and I expect more is going to come from that.
We'll see, yeah.
Because there's really only so long that this current system is sustainable for these companies. It really can't last forever. So, we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm not really banking on much, but something good might happen from it.
Mm-hmm.
Our YouTube live stream right now looks pretty grainy.
Yeah, it must be having issues with the internet.
Well,
Whatever.
the YouTube stream is always a little funky.
Yeah.
It says it's an excellent connection, so it's not the bitrate over there, according to
be.
YouTube at least.
Yeah.
But
We're waiting to get into a dungeon.
So we're
is
just
what
chatting.
we're doing. Yeah.
not much else to do at the moment.
Ooh, run around.
Yeah, there are. So we do have for our D&D stream and the relaxing painting and all the music in between stuff. We have copyright-free music that we use, and we have.
The sound back.
Yeah, we can put the sound back on here, can't we? Thank you for reminding me, and then just doing it. So music we use is copyright free, and we have explicit written permission from the creator of that music to use it.
Yeah. And we still get flagged.
And we still get flagged. And rather than go through YouTube's dumb process, all that I do is just go re-edit the video and re-upload. That's why I always let the checks run before publishing.
Yeah. Because you can at least generally
And they can
filter.
be flagged later, but
the pre-filter.
and the really dumb
lets
thing
you
is,
know.
a lot of the time, if I like quiet just two intermittent things, I'm gonna go and mute about 3 seconds.
Yeah,
of
usually
audio.
when it gets flagged, it's about like 2 or 3 seconds of audio, and that's it.
Yes. Like,
It's
oh, this
fine.
3 seconds of audio sounds similar to the like.
Someone
what?
stopped
No.
talking, and you hear like a doo-doo-doo, and that's the flagged part.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
And you can thank the RIAA for most of this.
RIAA.
Recording Industry Artists of America.
Oh, gotcha.
Which is usually not the artists themselves, was actually the record labels.
Yeah, all the people
Yeah.
who profit off the artists.
And because of them, they've actually made it even harder for smaller groups to have a career in music. Like, record labels used to produce their like big kind of safe content they knew would make a profit, right?
Right.
And then they would also produce smaller artists that they're, just seeing if this works. Because and they were still like horribly greedy, don't get me wrong.
Right.
They were horribly greedy. But they would take a gamble on smaller artists. That's why so much music in the 50s, 60s, and 70s in particular wasn't hyper commercial. Like, it wasn't, there was a lot of music that got produced that was like, well, that's a bit odd. That's some strange music. But it like comes out of, Columbia Records.
Well, I feel like you get the same effect in film too, because like nowadays people are like, they only make like superhero movies.
Yep.
And like they only blah blah blah, But they used to make like all these like artsy films that had like risk involved and stuff, and it's like they didn't stop making the big blockbusters. They didn't make the blockbusters in lieu of those. That's not what they're doing. They always made the big blockbuster movies.
Yes, now they're just
They
like...
just are making less movies, so there's less room for the artsy take a chance on it sort of film.
Yeah.
And they're just doing the sure bet ones.
Yeah, that's all it is.
So it's not like the big blockbuster movies supplanted these artsy films. They just like a studio produces 3 movies a year now maybe, and it used to produce like 50 movies a year back in the day.
They're simply producing
a lot less.
But a lot of that production, a lot of the things that they used to produce have now shifted. And
to like TV.
to do so this is the other sort of fallacy that people are going, oh yeah, they don't make the artsy film. It's like, well, no. Now they make the artsy television show.
Or streaming show, yeah.
Because the artsy movie, like if you go back and you watch a lot of the artsy movies,
There's a lot of crap in them.
there's a lot of stuff that just isn't good.
Yeah.
And just like the blockbusters, there's a lot of stuff. There's just a lot of stuff that isn't good, But if you want to tell like a really dramatic, in-depth story, 9 out of 10 times, a movie doesn't work.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 times, a movie doesn't work because the story that you want to tell
Is bigger than 2
is bigger
hours.
and more tangled and more interwoven than just 2 hours can provide.
Yeah.
And let's say you're given like 3 hours. You can tell a good story, but a lot of people aren't going to sit there for 3 hours watching a film.
Yeah.
Even if it is a good story. But you can produce, say, like a 10-hour TV show, and people have watched it quite a bit. really. That's why this is the other fallacy that people are talking about. They're like, oh yeah, there's no dramas being made. It's like, no, they're just being made on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where they are. All of the artsy stuff is over on TV. Take, for example, well, Ozark or Breaking Bad. You know,
Right.
these crime drama shows that are quite good. I haven't watched Ozark, but I hear a lot of people talking about how good it is. But I have watched Breaking Bad, and it was really good. You might have made a movie out of that, but people weren't really consuming movies.
And the
much.
scope would have had to be drastically reduced.
Yeah, and it's not that you couldn't tell a story
No, you could
within
have,
2 to 3 hours.
I think you could do the Breaking Bad story in a condensed form.
But
Because that's basically just like guy gets corrupted and becomes the bad guy.
yeah,
Right? Like, is the story effectively.
yeah, and there are a lot of stories. The more in depth, the more like sort of lore and thought and process and interest that you have within a world, generally speaking, it's probably better as a TV show. Like, you can't convince me that one some of my most like personally beloved movies are the Matrix films.
Mm-hmm.
I love them because I love sci-fi, I love action, I love Keanu.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Wachowskis are problematic, but
Yeah. Yeah.
fun filmmakers.
Yeah.
And you can't convince me that those would not have been better as modern day TV shows.
Yeah.
I mean, for the time, the only way that you could get the special effects needed to do those was through a large budget movie, which is another reason that you're seeing a lot of these more sci-fi stories shifting to a television narrative, because the technology is so good that you can do better sci-fi effects than you could even in the top-end sci-fi movies.
I feel like a lot of the big critically acclaimed movies of the past and stuff center on a fairly small tale of like one person's personal journey and stuff like that.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
all you have, literally all you have time to focus on.
I mean, like, Citizen Kane is basically like a series of vignettes about like a man's life and like what it culminates to and stuff.
Yeah, and
And the scale is fairly large in some cases, but hey, it happens.
so I always, every time I see someone like Scorsese
Going,
Going-
there's no cinema.
It's like, no, dude, it's just that most of it moved to a television series. No idea what to do in here.
Yeah.
But, I do know tech thing. Okay, we're chain pulling. Got it. That's good to know. Stay out of that thing. Try not to give the healer more than they need to do. Holy cow. Oh, really? I haven't seen him. Oh, there's one. Yeah, we are doing.
Larger group.
We're doing. Whoa, hello. They're getting loud, aren't they? I'm guessing that the healer and the tank are probably running together,
They might be,
just because if you're doing
the
this
sort
much,
of confidence that someone who knows their healer has.
yeah, to pull these large groups, you're right there. Come on,
I think.
bear prefers to be called ice bear.
The ice bear.
Oh, poor ice bear. Door to silence.
This is just a four-person dungeon, so I'm guessing that it's not too complicated.
Probably. Screwing up my rotation.
Kill the front.
Didn't even have a chance to see it. Screwing up my rotation. I'm a little out of frame.
Apparently.
I really am.
I'll just read it. The tank needs a second.
While this footwear is far too old and worn to survive any further battles, collectors have been known to pay sizable sums for similar pieces. Okay, maybe it's just a big old cash drop.
It could, it might be they used to be sets that dropped in here and they sort of phased them out with the expansions, and now they just made them into like vendor loot, basically.
Oh, that was cool.
Like so.
Yeah. Guess we're doing this. Okay. I'm always super reluctant to start hitting until I see them stopping the movement.
Yeah. Especially, well, Red Mage is pretty good at that.
Confidence in their healer and knows their healer.
And they know they're like tanking cool down.
Yeah. Certainly better than I do. So far this isn't too bad. I suspect that we have a particularly good tank and healer, though.
I'm getting that sense.
Yeah. We'll give them a second to get some aggro. an ice cutter.
Friggin' ice cutter. I'm assuming we should be killing.
I don't know. I did. I made that assumption, and I have been.
Oh, they say don't kill the tree.
Don't. Oh, okay. Fine. I think we're gonna get this.
I don't think that's the way out of it.
Oh, okay. So we have the snowballs in. Yeah, I just saw the healer do that. And he literally have no idea what I'm doing.
I'm just getting lost. So like the friggin' ice cutter is great as well.
Well, I'm not 100% sure. But I saw that there was a snowball that appeared.
I already have the bracelet apparently.
Oh, there you go.
Not getting in that.
No. Definitely don't want to get in there.
Those ogre ones do this like backwards fallback attack, so that creates like an AoE effect behind them. I think they're gonna fart on me.
Do we want to?
Oh, I don't know. Oh,
Yeah, I literally have no idea.
I'm guessing so.
Yes. it's not so now.
Say what is that?
I mean, maybe? There are certainly people in this game that we've encountered that, well, like them before the boss, didn't say shit about what we're supposed to do. Even when you're like, hey, we've never done this before. It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
It might just be that it's not that big a deal. It's just a little dungeon.
Yeah, could be. I just always find the general politeness of, hey, I've never done this before. And at least going, don't worry about it, it's not that hard.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Finger of the Apostate.
Fenrir. Yeah, so it's guarded. This is the last boss because the crystal's back there.
Gotcha.
So we're fighting our way to get to Shiva. Basically.
Yeah. Did they put me there?
So, hit the boss, unless they yell at you. Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hit the boss, stay out of it. It looks like there's a periodic AoE that just rips the heal. Big old crystal just sort of do an AoE and then disappear.
Consequences are kind of on you. And yeah, I know that we could go like look all this up, but there are so many dungeons in this game, and there's about an hour-long video explaining each and every one.
With some like weird crystal guy. Oh, I'm gonna show you the secret.
Alright, today we're going to show you the secret of playing this particular dungeon in gross detail. It will be incredibly long.
Enjoy periodically diverse my descriptions. They let it super quick. We did it.
Alright. That was the thing.
Ooh, it's the crystal.
The
yes.
tales do not do.
Tales do not do you justice, warrior of light. There's a crystal here. Oh, we're looking at it. Ah, and now we find out who this person is. Yes, I know who you are, and you know who I am. I was given the name Isaiah, but I earned the name Iceheart. This end this cycle of hatred, of bloodshed, of sorrow. You would see it continue, O noble warrior of light. I would not. I will not. I will bring an end to this war between dragon and man, no matter the cost. In time, you will come to understand that what we do for the greater good. For Azoria, for Eorzea, for Hydaelyn.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun,
Well, there's a long silence, so... Had to fill it with something. May as well be fart noises.
Yeah.
So Iceheart is but a pseudonym. Not that it matters. That she helped to escape is regrettable.
Did you think Iceheart was a given name?
Yes, the baby was born and their parents were like, "Your name is Iceheart." And the baby was like,
Iceheart, child of Steve and Mary.
Yeah, just... That she managed to escape is regrettable, but from your description of that... What?
Minfilia covers because of
That
the
beast,
snow for once.
you did well to come as close as you did. In any case, now that you have cleared a path, the Temple Knights can begin to survey the tunnels in earnest. Mayhap they will even find a route past the ice wall. Wouldn't that do wonders for their fight against the heretics? The Crystal Braves would certainly share the credit for it, too. 12 be praised, Weira. We may yet turn this situation to our advantage. Assuming we stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva, of course. Needless to say, our fellow Scions have not been idle. Minfilia and Orianger have been busy pursuing the archives of House Fortemps, gathering what information they can on Shiva. Which reminds me, if you were intending to trudge back to Camp Dragonhead to report the day's events, don't. The antecedent should be here any minute. I can only assume some people enjoy subjecting themselves to this cold. Shiver.
Shiver.
Yes. Alright. Here's a more cutscene. That's why I haven't turned on the sound, because I saw it was coming. And cutscene.
Minfilia is like, maybe my regular outfit isn't good for this weather.
I want everything on her right. Like,
It's a great outfit.
it's a great outfit. Antecedent. You come to us straight from the archives of House Fortemps. I trust your time there proved fruitful? No, it proved vegetable. Would that it had. Orianger I scoured countless texts, but what we found was of questionable veracity. Accounts of Shiva's life and deeds are sparse and contradictory, only agreeing upon one point. She lay down with the dragon, the gravest of all sins, according to the Ishgardian faith. So she got jiggy with the dragon?
Yeah.
Okay. Yet in the eyes of Iceheart's followers, this was a holy act, the blessed union of man and dragon. How such a thing could even be possible is quite another question. Suffice it to say, I very much doubt that we will find a useful answer in the archives of House Fortemps. Much knowledge has been lost over the centuries, though in this case, one wonders if it is by circumstance or design. You said that Iceheart took a moment to plead her case prior to escaping, did you not?
Waka waka.
Wah, 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 wah. Viewed without prejudice, most would agree that bringing an end to an endless war serves the greater good. I think Sir Amaric might take issue with her methods. I do not care if a few stragglers manage to escape. Until the sappers confirm that the tunnel is safe, the men are not to search it.
Yes, Lord Commander.
Hooray! I'm off! I fly!
I fly!
You pursue your foes with less zeal than I had expected, said Emmerich. Lest you misunderstand, I do not deny that our enemy has given us good reason to be prudent. I merely meant, you being a man of faith, that I had expected a certain single-mindedness. After all, was it not by the will of alone that your ancestors came to this land, why they took up arms against the Dravinians? What would they have done in your position, I wonder? There are those who believe that faith is the renunciation of free will. That unquestioning devotion is required of all who would live a life in service to the Fury. Such righteous fervor may well serve a knight on the front line, less so a leader of men. We are all at liberty to interpret the scriptures as we will. I chose to believe that the Fury would value the lives of her followers over the deaths of her enemies. But I would not presume to speak for the knights of Eld. 'Twas a different time, nay, a different era, and Scripture tells us only so much. Would that it told us more.
He just crop dusted. I'm here now.
I'm back. I relieved myself along the way.
Yes, we saw the trail.
It's still warm. That man is awfully pragmatic for a servant of the Holy See. A welcome trait at the negotiating table, to be sure. Less so when one's enemies are making ready to harness the power of a god. Mayhap he does not truly believe that Iceheart's plan can succeed. Truth be told, I too remain somewhat skeptical. Shiva was real, a living, breathing woman. Of that there can be no doubt. In this respect, she differs from every other figure
Every other figure. Ooh. To have been summoned. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, each of whom has worshipped as a god. The sole exception being good King Moggle. Is it Moggle?
Moggle.
Moggle the 12th. The myth made manifest in response to the fervent supplications of the Mughals god. Saint Shiva may differ, but what of the heretics? They are a tribe of outcasts at war with a mighty nation, who yearn for the resurrection of one who embodies their beliefs. If that is not placing one's faith in a higher power, then what is? Crystals and conviction, Menphilia. They have them both in abundance. Can that truly be all that is required? My survey team has concluded a preliminary analysis of the aetheryte Iceheart used to escape. They believe that she teleported to another aetheryte somewhere not far to the west. Despite the apparent proximity of this second aetheryte, however, they have been wholly unable to detect its presence directly. Unless Iceheart has some means to mask its signal, I can only presume that she had it destroyed to prevent us from following her. Without that means to teleport as she did, we have no choice but to search for an alternate route, most likely a tunnel, assuming one exists. Let us not give up on teleportation just yet. One of our colleagues in Charlian,
yeah.
may be able to assist us. I pray that you are right. I dare not think how long it will take us to survey the entire tunnel system.
Well, there we are. We did it. Mostly.
Well, Menphilia looks into our aetheryte problem. I would like to request your assistance with another matter. The third unit is currently tracking the remnants of the heretic force which attacked us. However, the search goes poorly despite our numbers. Kothos is vast, and Iceheart's followers know the terrain far better than we. Your knowledge of this region may serve to hasten the process. The sooner we capture Isot's followers, the sooner we can press them for their leader's whereabouts. Also, though it is admittedly a selfish request, I feel that my braves would benefit immensely from working alongside you. While we have our share of veterans, we also have more than a few less experienced recruits, many of whom look up to you, in case you are not aware. Good. I knew you would understand. Yu Has can apprise you of... Yu Hase? Is it Yu Hase? Okay. Yu Hase can apprise you of the details. When the task is complete, come and find me at the observatorium. Captain, Ilbert?
Ilbert?
And I are meeting there to discuss the latest developments in his investigation. This is when you know that a text font design is slightly less than good.
When the capital I and the L are...
When the capital I and the lower L look the same.
Mm-hmm.
I really have this issue.
Yeah.
I really don't like that in font design. The Temple Knights shall hold Snowcloak in our absence.
So they should
Let us leave
either
them
put
to
like
their
a
work.
bottom and top on the I, or a
Oh, this is the
little,
most pressing.
thing
So,
on the L.
and that's just good design. Like, it's more than good design. It's necessary to understand what the heck you're saying.
Yeah, so he could be saying the Temple Knights Shile, and you wouldn't know.
Yeah. I mean...
Or
well,
Shally.
I can assume that because I've
I know.
seen this word a lot, and that there's no reason for there to be a capital
No,
in
I
there.
know. I'm just joking.
Well, no, this is a good example. But because I can read that that's Shall, but I can only know that for sure because of the context, the lack of any reason from a punctuation standpoint
And
for
your
there to be a
familiarity
capital
with the
letter,
word.
and my familiarity of the word. Like, that works.
But when it's a proper noun.
Yeah. I really hate it when letters are designed too similarly to each other to discern. And it always happens with the I and the L because, well, of the design
The
of those
vertical
letters.
lines.
The vertical lines in them. I realize that might cramp your style when making a font, but it is important to be able to, read what the heck is in the screen. What is written out bugs the heck out of me.
Talk to you, I say.
Turn the sound back on now. We're out of cutscenes. There you are, Weir. Commander Leveler instructed me to wait for you. Your assistance is most welcome, believe me. Most of the Third hail from... You're just moving around, aren't you? Ulda, and a man accustomed to the feel of sand beneath his boots, the crunch of snow can be rather disconcerting. Yeah, but to the matter at hand, nary a moment ago I received word that the heretics we seek have been spotted making for the Danifin Pass? Danifin Pass? Not sure. My braves are already in pursuit, and I should be grateful if you would join them. I myself shall be taking part in the hunt. Never let it be said that I do not earn my coin. All right. That was some very...
Well, it's almost 2. Do we want to just wrap up this quest and then end there, or do we want to keep going past 2?
Let's just go like a little bit past
further.
here and then like finish up this quest.
Okay.
Because if I kind of remember a few of these quests from the
We
last
should
time
be
we
getting
did this.
close to unlocking Shiva. It's a chinchilla.
Falls balls. My ankle is on fire. Caught my foot on a rock or something and twisted it as I fell. The others went on ahead through Danifin Pass. Hurry and you might catch up. If you weren't sure where to go, look for tracks. The snow is fresh, so they shouldn't be hard to find. Oh, well, thank you, informative Muppet.
Thank you, you informative Muppet. Well, flying over mountains, quest well. Something rhymes with mountains, quest well.
Going through the mountains, quest well. We landed right here. His Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
I knew it was coming and it didn't help.
Are you sure it didn't help?
It didn't.
Yeah. Third unit brave. Scion, what are you doing here? The heretics? I am not sure. There was a great scale beast and
Cough, cough.
Yu Hase? I think he went east on his own. The heretics split up, so we did too.
Sort of loosely like switching water, maybe.
Loosely, yeah.
Save your life.
How embarrassing! I was so intent on following the heretics' tracks that I almost failed to notice they had it doubled back. Almost, mind you. One tried to sneak up behind me and got a knife in the gut for his troubles. I thought myself alone, so I started searching the dead man's knapsack for anything of interest, and lo and behold, before his friends found me, I came up on this. Withdraw in groups of 3 or less to the observatorium. Give the signal and wait. The merchant will be watching. Be late and be left for dead. Speaks for itself, does it? Does it not? They can't possibly mean to rendezvous inside the place, so we should restrict our search to the surrounding areas. Let me rephrase that. You should restrict your search to the wilderness around the observatorium. I will need more than a moment's rest to recover from these wounds. Okay, bye!
What? That's what Quest Whale sounded like.
Amazing.
I'm thrilled with listening to your excuses. We leave now.
I'm doing like the movements voice.
Yeah, I got that.
How the woods are crawling with these blue coats, and the knights are searching every wagon that passes through the gates.
Hi, guys.
I'll stay with her then. You think you'll fare any better?
No, there's no need for that. There are places like this in my homeland. Sacred snow-capped peaks where blood must not be shed.
You, Gary.
Yet your lands ever thirst for the blood of the fallen, and by your deeds it has drunk deep. No, I didn't do anything wrong. It was him.
The Muppet.
The Muppet. None but meet in secret with heretics. Deny it all you will, we shall have the truth from you yet. Inquisitors are not the only ones skilled in the art of interrogation.
Damn it all! Yeah, Muppets failed again!
A fancy meeting you here with. I presume your work with the Third brought you hither. What a tangled web. Lest you wonder, we came not for the heretics, but for the merchant who has been conspiring. He came to our attention during the course of our investigation into the ivy. Beggars belief, I know, but it seems our favorite guardian spy may have been providing assistance to Isaac. Were it not for the efforts of Lady Hugir and her shinobi, we might never have discovered this faction. Master Alphanod is too kind. I fear my people have done little to aid your search for the spy. We long to strike back against the Empire and weaken their influence in this land to prevent the tragedy which befell Doma from occurring. The days ahead and the work they promise will require a very particular set of skills. skills which I am fortunate enough to possess. If you allow it, I would accompany you until the investigation is complete. This is a most generous offer, Lady Ukir, and one which I gladly accept. Thank you. Though I may disappear for a time, know that I shall never be found, and shall always be watching. A comforting thought. Come, Weira. Let us wait inside for Captain Hilbert to return and deliver his report.
Alphanad, you need to change your diet.
Alphanad, I think you're... you might need to eat less fiber.
That was the answer.
No, but it's just past 2, so it is time for us to end our stream.
We'll finish right here next to Alphanad.
I'll pick up the quests, or turn in the quest, and then pick up the next one. And we'll skip the cutscene because it's Alright, I would like to just return to... There we are. Now we can. I can return to Ulda.
That's
the teleport sound.
Teleport. Alright, well.
There we are. That is the end of today's stream.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
I'm glad that at least some of you enjoyed the voices that I was performing throughout.
As a reminder, we will not be streaming Wednesday, but Thursday instead. Correct?
Yep, that is
Yep.
correct. We get some appointments that we need to go to, so
Have to change
that's how
a
life
little.
goes sometimes.
Yep. Otherwise, everything will be regularly scheduled.
Yeah, in the meantime, remember, if you like what you see here, head over to our Patreon, which is at patreon.com/Dice and Dungeons to help support the channel. And you can always catch anything you miss over on our YouTube channel. So thanks for tuning in, everyone.